James Robinson left a touchprint on my life, not because of his brilliance. I came to realize it was because of the uninterrupted, dedicated time that he spent with me. He left a touchprint of affirmation, affirming for me who I was. My mother, a touchprint of confirmation, confirming for me who I could be. And then there's Mr. P. We call him Mr. P because we couldn't pronounce his last name in junior high school. I hadn't been in this country very long before I had Mr. P as my gym teacher. And he said, okay, class, let's go on outside. He took the class outside and he announced this. He said, we're now going to find out who the fastest person in the class is. I instinctively stooped down and started to untie my shoelaces. Mr. P inquired with some authority, Mr. Edwards, what are you doing? I looked up at him and I replied, need to take my shoes off, man. Mr. P felt it necessary to insert some additional sentences. He said, Mr. Edwards, we have a policy here at the school, and that policy is that everyone in gym class must be wearing socks and shoes at all times. Well, I rose to my feet, ignorant of the hierarchy of the moment, and simply blurted out, well, how am I going to think that man again? Think about me foot. Translated, that means how am I to exceed the rate of my peers if I'm encumbered by these attachments on my lower extremities? I had always done everything barefoot. In Jamaica, we grew up barefoot. We ran track barefoot. We played soccer barefoot. So it was my firm belief that I could only run a race barefoot. I told you that my mother touched my life. I got home later that night. The school had already called to tell her that I'd argued with a teacher, and she touched me again. 2 days later, Mr. P pulled me aside in the hallway and said, Mr. Edwards, I saw what you did in that gym class, and I have an opportunity for you. I'd like for you to come and train with the high school varsity track team. Mr. P saw something in me that I was fully incapable of seeing in myself. A kid who had been an outcast since the day he landed in this country, spit upon, beat upon, bullied to the max. In fact, at a time in my life when I didn't even really value life very much. And Mr. P saw something in me. He left a touchprint on my life of acceleration, accelerating who I would become today.